Alright, today we're revisiting my 52-inch Casablanca 20th century. Manufactured back in 1981, variable speed electrically reversible. Finished in antique brass, very well they said of walnut cane insert blades. Pointed tip. Blade pitch is standard affair 14 degree for Casablanca. And of course they're plain walnut on top. My original video of this fan was done around 9 or 10 years ago, back when I had it installed in my dining room. I picked this fan up off of eBay, paid a decent amount for it. Nothing really over the top, but it was a decent chunk of change. But it was definitely well worth it. Typically, Casablancas are pretty scarce around here. And when they do pop up, it's always either a Delta 2 or a Panama, maybe the occasional Zephyr. So I have never actually seen anything other than that really in the wild. And a Victorian, but of course Victorians are common as well, just like the Zephyr, the Panama, the Delta 2, and what have you. So yeah, this one came from eBay. I believe it originated in Florida. So when I got the fan, it had this 2-foot spiral down rod on it. The down rod that's on the fan is polished brass, albeit tarnished a little bit. I didn't really feel like cutting this nice spiral down rod down to make it fit, so I improvised. This fan was originally powered with a K63 motor, which, yeah, 1981 fan with a K63 is a bit odd. So, but what happened was that in the early 80s, when Casablanca was rolling out their hang true and phasing out K63 motors in favor of K55 motors, that's when you have these kind of mix and match kind of things like this. So I guess this is to relinquish old stock, I believe. So this one here is the downrod crown yoke that would have held the entire fan up on this fan, but as you can see, it got damaged in shipping. Right there is the tag there. You can probably make out on the bottom of September of 1981, the year of manufacture. Cautionary sticker there. And yeah, this piece here basically is what holds the entire fan up. You know, with a damage like that, it definitely was no longer safe to use. So, and at the time I didn't have any other K63 fans, so I improvised and modified a K55 into it. Had to do a little bit of jerry rigging, but it came together pretty decently. The lights that you see on the fan are also not original. I added those myself. I believe I got those sockets from Grand Brass. My original video, you had a set of diamond crystal glass on it, which is what the later 20th century limited from the late 80s came standard with, but the older ones from this era had these tulip glass here. So we'll turn that on. I believe those light sockets actually cost just as much as the fan itself did when I put this together. As you can see, they have individual switches where you can turn any individual socket on and off, which is what the old school Casablancas had. So it definitely completes the look very well. So let's go ahead and jump in. Start it up here on low. This fan was modeled off of the antique Westinghouse Deluxe from the late 1800s. Casablanca in the early 80s basically direct copied designs from antiques. The Zephyr was based off an old GE. The Victorian was based off of the Emerson Fernleaf. And the Columbia was based off of another Emerson. I forget exactly what model it was. And they also made one from off an old R&M or a Deal, I believe, for the Centennial or Broadway, Dayton. Yeah, they made a few reproduction antiques back in the early 80s. These also were available in polished brass and antique copper. It would be cool if pewter was a thing as well, but I don't think pewter was a thing on the 20th century. So the low speed here is very nice and aesthetic. I don't even think we're topping 10 RPM here on this low speed. I have it set very low on the trim pot. Go ahead and take it up a little bit. So around a medium low. With this cordboard box style variable speed control, the fan does have an audible hum per typical with these. This actually predates Slumber Quiet. Even though I think Slumber Quiet was starting to roll out here in 1981 as well. So like I said, this is a relinquish old parts kind of thing here going on. We'll go to medium. On medium here, we're hovering around 105 RPM. The flywheel is warped, unfortunately, so it does have a wobble on the upper speeds. We'll take it to medium high. And full blast. On high speed here, we're cruising at around 185 RPM. Backed with the 14-degree blade pitch. Of course, this is a pretty solid performing fan, as you would expect from Casablanca. Aside from the wobble, it is a very smooth running fan. Turn the lights back on. And we'll shut things down. And that's all I got. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video of this revisit to my 20th Century Limited by Casablanca, manufactured back in 1981. Stay cool. Take care. Thanks for watching. Peace.